up against a timeline here that there's really no amount of wishing and hoping can change.
The general election is 17 weeks away, so companies that print mail-in ballots are warning states and counties they need to decide now if a majority of residents will be able to vote by mail. RTV6's Cornelius Hawker learned creating and shipping mail ballots is a complicated process that takes time to plan.
People just need to make up their mind. The counties and the states need to decide if they're going to do it or not going to do it.
Jeff Ellington, president and COO of Runbeck Election Services out of Arizona, is talking about voting by mail. He says the decision needs to be made by the end of this month, preferably sooner.
Normally, envelopes are ordered around the middle of July.
But for Jeff's company to do their job, states must first decide what their ballots will look like and get approval from the U.S. Postal Service for the design of envelopes. Only then can mail ballot vendors start the printing process. Some states are already working with vendors, limiting the capacity of mail-in ballots they can produce for the general election.
We have about 2 million pieces that we can take on.
2 million pieces of mail may sound like a lot, but Jeff explains why that's not the case.
When you look at counties in Texas, you look at New York City, you look at Chicago, places that can take up an entire machine with just one county coming our way, it doesn't leave a lot of room for others to make up their mind in September.
Voters around the country face major challenges in this year's primary elections. There were fewer places to cast ballots in person because of the coronavirus pandemic, so some people had to wait in long lines for hours. Others were concerned to vote in person because of the threat of COVID, but had no other option. Those experiences have many voters looking into voting by mail. Now, it's up to the government officials to make that process easier for them.
Let's get the process moving forward because a lot of things have to be put into place.
Working for you, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
Cornelius reached out to the Secretary of State's office and Marion County election officials. Both are still deciding whether to authorize no-fault absentee voting for the general election, which would let anyone choose to vote by mail without a pre-approved reason.